Hi, I'm Jon Buford. I'm here to talk about BootHK today. Before I get into BootHK itself, I want to give you a little bit of background about how this conference came together because it's related. So last year in November, there's a venture capital forum in this same room. And the guy that flew in from LA asked the panel, so what can we do to make a stronger startup community here in Hong Kong? And Dave McClure answered, well, get together in a coffee shop and start a community. So that's exactly what we did. And these guys are part of about 15 or 20 startups that get together regularly. We're the main organizers of this event today. And so BootHK is extending what we started with Startup Mondays and Startup Saturday into more of a community that has spaces for people to come together and do startups. So BootHK basically gives startups a place to meet, to work, or to hang out. It's a community space that can connect up people. So right now we've got programs here and in Science Park, and then there's many people that work from home or just in separate offices, and it's going to be a place that people can get together in a central place. So it complements everything that's here, and it helps to build a stronger community, a Hong Kong-wide community instead of just isolated between pockets of people. We're planning on starting in the first location in Sheung Wan, and then we're going to expand out into a network of spaces. So we've got, the next space is probably going to be in Foton, and because we have such good infrastructure here, we can do this. It's actually quite unique to Hong Kong. In most places, they focus on very large spaces, and here we can provide a very flexible community that then we can grow as we need. So at a BootHK space, what would you find? You would find places that you can have, you can keep your stuff, so a dedicated desk. So if you want to have a more traditional office space, you can have a permanent desk. You can have hot desks, which is if you don't need a place to leave your stuff, you just need a place to put your laptop, to meet up with people, to work. There you go for a hot desk. And then this aspect actually is where it ties into people that maybe are more established companies that are looking to maybe have place for meeting up with customers or whatever. And so we're offering meeting spaces, where you can have either a conference room for meeting with your clients or also meeting spaces for groups. So for example, our meetups, we're starting to reach a critical point where we have 20 people. It's too much for a coffee shop. We don't want to go to a pub because it's too loud. We don't want to go to somebody else's office because you always feel like you're kind of imposing. So this gives us a home to do all these things. So some examples of what other people do with these types of spaces all around the world. This is what's called a jelly. It's in a San Diego space in the US. A jelly is people coming together that generally are working independently, and they're coming together for a day to work as a group, and just to be able to have people to work alongside so you're not so isolated. This is from Singapore. It's the hackerspace there. The hackerspace is a little bit more of a social type of space than what we're focusing on. So this would be an example of using this space for a meetup, for a user group, things like that. And this is actually my favorite, Startup Weekend. So this conference, we're trying to both get the word out about what the startup community is doing here, and also try to inspire you, hopefully, to take the next step. If you're an investor, if you're a startup, if you're just interested in doing this stuff. So what does a Startup Weekend do? It's a 3-day event. You come in maybe Friday night, Sunday night it wraps up, and you go from concept all the way to some sort of rough prototype in that 3 days. you have an opportunity to meet up with potential co-founders, to work through a little mini project and kind of see how things go. And that's the kind of thing that we need BootHK for, because right now there's not a good space for doing that type of event. So where are we at as far as getting the first space launched? BootHK is funded through the members. We're at about halfway to our launching funds that we're trying to reach, which is 200,000 Hong Kong dollars. We're looking for founding members and also for people that are interested in either sponsoring or just helping with a debenture or something like that in order to open up the first space. So if you're a startup, you know, what do you get out of BootHK? Well, if you're not in a startup yet, you might be able to meet your co-founder there. If you are in a startup already, you can expect that you can meet other people that can help you out. A lot of what we were doing is sharing problems and also solutions with each other and supporting each other. So it's that, but on an ongoing basis. Flexible workspace. So it's below market cost for workspace. So if you go and you look at a shared desk or whatever in the same area, it's going to be cheaper than that, and it's better, like more resources and everything for you. So for investors, you know, why should you be interested in helping us get BootHK started? BootHK is going to be crucial to forming stronger startups. Like I said, it's connecting up everybody and making stronger startups here. And this is a very key thing for you. This picture actually, this is taken after a dinner that we had recently. And you know, everybody there is in a different startup. And this is exactly what we want to do, is we want to keep on growing this kind of community where it's not just you come, you work, and then you leave. It's, you know what, I've got a problem, my server's crashing. Oh, I know, you know, I can call up Andre and he's going to be able to help me out. This is going to give you much better opportunities for investment because it's a self-supporting community and it's a fail-safe system in that way. So, membership options, it's really a pretty wide range, and it just depends on what you need. And the commitments are anywhere between monthly to lifetime. And then we're also looking at company memberships if you're interested. If you're not really into the membership side, but you're interested in helping us get it launched, we are looking for people to do debentures or sponsors. And if you want to find out more, you can go to this webpage, follow us on Twitter, email us. And then there's a bunch of people around here that have little black cards that are BootHK cards that has the same information. So if you see people around, talk to them, you know, and just come and sign up, join the community, and let's kick some booty.